that was awarded to a company whose shareholder is Mr. Matlala. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Now, in paragraph 206...
Chair, I apologize, Mr. Ngcukaitobi, please. I beg your forgiveness. I have bit my tongue for a long time. And on particularly this point that Mr. Ngcukaitobi is, quote unquote, re-examining the witness. None of that evidence has been laid before this commission. The issues that he has spent a significant time speaking to are matters that are to be dealt in the second leg of the inquiry. So I struggle to understand, Chair, how the issues that he's engaged with can possibly even fall under the category of re-examination. Any reader of the transcript will see that none of the testimony in regard to that has been laid. Thank you, Chair. I request the Commissioner's guidance. Thank you.
Mr. Ngcukaitobi, I was given to understand that the evidence leaders and the minister's legal representatives had reached an agreement that what would be addressed at this stage would be the disbandment only. I do not quite see, unless you submit otherwise, how paragraph 206 relates to the disbandment.
Mr. Chairman, I will do what the Commission wishes, but it's impossible to separate disbandment from its reasons. The primary reason for the accusation that the disbandment was illegal was that it was motivated by an ulterior motive. It is grossly unfair that the minister is here, this is his first opportunity here, that he does not tell the Commission and the nation that he is innocent of corruption.
How long do you think
this is
you're
the
still
last
going
question.
to be?
No, this is the 206 is the last question.
Just.
All truth-loving South Africans should be very proud of Advocate Sello, who's doing duties as the evidence leader at the Madlanga Commission. The Madlanga Commission is investigating the criminal infiltration into the South African police service and the criminal justice system. As these are the allegations that were made on the 6th of July by the KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Madlanga Commission, in his bombshell press briefing. We should be proud of how Advocate Sello stood the ground against someone who, for some reason, is starting to conduct himself as a law unto himself. And that person is Advocate Tembeka Ngcukaitobi. What I've realized about Tembeka Ngcukaitobi is that the praise that the man has been receiving from the mainstream media, social media, most of which is uncritical praise, has gotten into his head. If you've been following how Tembeka Ngcukaitobi, even in the Constitutional Court, the disdain he has for his colleagues who find themselves at the opposite from where he's standing, you would realize that the praise and the fame has gotten into his head to an extent that he believes that he's untouchable. The fact that for some reason that Ngcukaitobi thought that he could just bulldoze everyone at the Madlanga Commission. Ngcukaitobi is a senior counsel and advocate. He knows very well that you cannot re-examine your client, who's the witness, based on statements that have not been dealt with during the chief evidence. You can only re-examine someone on what has been presented during the evidence in chief. If it has not been dealt with during the evidence in chief, you cannot re-examine your client on that information. But because Ngcukaitobi, the fame has gotten into his head, he is beginning to conduct himself as a law unto himself. And I'm happy this happened, because people like Advocate Dalimpofu have been demonized in this country for representing people that the mainstream media and of course certain sections of society hate. I'm talking about people like Jacob Zuma and etc. So the likes of even brilliant advocates like Advocate Moses Sikakane Senior Counsel have been demonized in this country for representing people that are disliked by certain sections of our society. So I'm happy that Ngcukaitobi availed himself, and of course correctly so, to represent Senzo Mchunu. This goes to show to the people that your hatred that you've been directing at the likes of Advocate Dalimpofu Senior Counsel and Advocate Moses Kakane Senior Counsel is unfair. We see that Ngcukaitobi has this sight into him. And as I've said, that the fame has gotten into his head, and we must be very proud of Advocate Sillo. By the way, Advocate Sillo was part of the panel that found that Cyril Ramaphosa on the Phala matter. Remember when Parliament established that committee, that panel which found that Cyril Ramaphosa has a case to answer. There's prima facie case on the Phala. So we must be very proud to still have people of moral authority and standing like Advocate Sillo. I'm very happy and proud of how she conducted herself. I hope moving forward, this will serve as a lesson. That this praise that you guys give to the people, because let's be honest, Ngcukaitobi was elevated to this celebrity status because he's someone who's always been litigating. Ngcukaitobi most of the time has been litigating on the side of the establishment, the white establishment, the Cyril Ramaphosa side against Jacob Zuma and co. That is why Ngcukaitobi all of a sudden was elevated as some sort of a celebrity. But during the Madlanga Commission, he got exposed. And I'm happy he was exposed for everyone to see this side to him. And also to see that this praise that you guys have been giving to him, look at what has done to him. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Tebos Kosana. The name of the platform is Izwi Labansundu, the voice for Africans. Kamakuma Africa.